Tell me one of those stories. Your choice.
Very well. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
You serious?
Welcome to Ahsoka, the self-aware program that only has 8 showings but still needs filler episodes like this one to pad that runtime. We really need an entire show devoted to Ahsoka, if that's even who you're watching it for, when almost 15% of the show length is recaps, intros, and credits.
I'd rather not waste any more time.
The outcome of the majority of the show being what it is, poorly written dialogue,
Anakin never got to finish my training.
shallow contrived fan service,
This is the Clone Wars!
Yeah, no kidding.
some of the most clunky, unresponsive scenes with a narrative being pushed by one of the most confusing MacGuffins I've ever viewed before.
Star map? Not just any star map. This one holds the secret Morgan's after.
Which is?
The location of the last missing Imperial Grand Admiral.
I don't understand.
Alright, let's just jump in before I get carried away.
There's something I didn't tell Hera about Sabine.
Which is,
She went with the enemy willingly.
perhaps, for Sabine, it was the only choice.
A choice she made for herself.
Excuse me, what? A, you put Sabine in this life or death situation when you came to her asking her for help. B, Sabine only went with them because the only other choice for her was death. Now, I'm not saying that Sabine didn't deserve it, but not even a day after trying to help you, she just gets stabbed. Even though she has plot armor thicker than the Hutt family, I doubt she wants to go through that again. I thought this was supposed to be the reformed Ahsoka. I thought that was the whole purpose of the World Between Worlds episode. But Ahsoka flat out calls Sabine selfish because she'd rather try to find her friend that she lost years ago than, oh wait, yeah, certain death. Man, I sure am glad that we had an entire character arc stuffed into one episode just for it to be forgotten in the next.
What am I missing? What just happened?
Moving on.
That is Deridia, the ancient homeworld of my ancestors, the davefiloni.
The Jedi archives spoke of this place. The end of the migration route used by the starwars as they traversed the void from one galaxy to the other.
My people were among the first to harness and ride the creatures in the days before time was counted.
The whales came here to die. Deridia is a graveyard.
Not too bad, huh, kid?
Sorry, that was just so much exposition, I just didn't know what to do with all of it. What's this about you and your Dathomirian people being able to ride space whales? Where do you even ride? Do you just, is it just always in the mouth? Or do you just...
I don't understand.
Oh, yeah, yep, I'm over it. Yep, I'll just make up the Sisters of Dathomir Never Told Marin, who believes that all of her Dathomirian sisters are dead, by the way.
An armored warrior brandishing this descended upon us and cut down my people, my sisters, until I was left alone.
Well, Marin, sorry, but actually...
Morgan Elspeth. During the Clone Wars, her people were massacred. She survived.
Not only were there apparently strongholds of Dathomirian people on other worlds, but they could also traverse neighboring galaxies with space whales. And if they can travel neighboring galaxies with space whales, then why didn't they do that with Thrawn? Do space whales only go to Deridia to die? Do healthy space whales not go to grieve their dead space whale parents? I have so many questions.
I don't understand.
I mean, it's just one thing to have a lore inconsistency, but it's a whole nother thing to share the IP of Star Wars with Respawn Entertainment, who makes better actual content than the owners of the IP themselves. But you either completely disregarded or were completely negligent to the actual good world building that they did. But hey, Respawn Entertainment's Star Wars video game director just jumped ship, so who knows what will happen.
You heard our call to you in the dream.
Your visions guided me across the stars.
What? Just so we're clear, you're telling me that Thrawn ends up marooned in the same galaxy on the same planet that just so happens to be inhabited by a bunch of Dathomir witches that also have grandmothers? And those Dathomir grandmothers just so happen to have a galaxy map of when they were space whale jumping. Yeah, not only that, but they're also able to send visions to Morgan Elsbeth, who isn't even in their galaxy, telling her where to go in her galaxy to find the galaxy map.
Not too bad, huh, kid?
My god, you're a genius. Ugh. Yeah, I know. Now hand me that blue milk. Sorry, I just blacked out for a minute.
What did I miss?
It reeks of Jedi.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that Jedi smelled like
It is dangerous.
Excuse me, did you just assume Sabine's pronouns? Sabine is many things, but she is not dangerous. Oh, I just did it too. It's really unfortunate that Ray Stevenson passed away. Obviously, because almost all human life is precious, but his acting is the only refreshing thing about this show.
What am I doing?
Oh, not much. Just at best, you're probably giving mediocre content to the new generation of Star Wars fans. And at worst, you're trotting all over the disgraced name that you helped tarnish.
I understand it is you I have to thank for my escape from exile.
Where's Ezra?
I understand that Sabine really wants to find Ezra, but I don't think y'all understand how much she should really want to kill this guy right now. Like, at least try to slap him, or just spit on his face or something. I mean, like, she's just standing there cordially, even after she's uncuffed. This is the guy that held and interrogated Hera. You know, like the woman who was a mother to you. He's also almost directly responsible for the death of Kanan Jarrus. You know, like the father figure of your group. Nope, I guess all that Sabine knows is lack of emotion and...
Where's Ezra? So that's it? You're just gonna let me walk out of here?
Yup, and I'm gonna give you your weapons back. I'm sure this kindness won't backfire and slap me in the face later on. Does anyone want to guess the problem that I have with this scene?
Ooh, me!
Alright, Jimmy, go ahead.
Is it because you're a cold cynic that doesn't like anything?
No, Jimmy. It's because our friend here, Sabine, has a lightsaber and still decides to use her foot as her main weapon. And what's even worse is that it kills these guys.
You abandoned me!
I would delete the hours of editing that I've done to make this video just if this weird rat horse creature would eat Sabine. Great, another marketing ploy for their toys. Have you guys noticed something? I understand that we are in a galaxy where it is a rarity that someone speaks English. There are many different solar systems, there are many different planets, there are many different species, there are many different life forms. But this fact should not be Disney's crutch for all of the Star Wars shows and movies they create. Bad writing and bad portrayal of dialogue cannot be hidden from your audience forever. And Disney deciding it's easier to write a script when it's just one person talking to themselves, accompanied with alien jargon that means less than nothing to us, is already old. The Tusken Raiders and Boba Fett, Chewbacca and BB-8 in the new trilogy, Leia's droid Lola and Kenobi, and the epitome of them all, Grogu and Mandalorian. These are all examples of what Disney considers alien supporting characters, or side characters, that instead of being in-depth, interesting, relatable, or enjoyable real individuals with dialogue that supports and carries a great story, instead, just sit there looking cute, spouting nonsense.
Babu Prick, can you help us with this?
I'm not saying that these characters don't have purpose, although most of the time they're used for a cheap laugh.
So where's your base?
On BB-8, tell him.
What I am saying is that the director should feel like every moment counts, and when they value childlike humor over creative and brilliant storytelling and eloquent dialogue, it's obvious why none of their shows or movies are very enthralling. Or should I say, enthralling? See how I just ruined the serious tone I had going? Anyways, moving on. Boy, I sure am glad that we're gonna have 5 years of experience to catch up on between both Thrawn and Ezra, jam-packed in these 2 last episodes. I'm pretty confused when it comes to the creative choices behind adapting and deriving content from Rebels and Clone Wars into this live-action adaptation. In fewer words, why is Ezra's hair not blue? Whatever. If you like riding space whales between galaxies, or if you found this video relatable, entertaining, or eye-opening, please feel free to drop a like or subscribe so you know when I post my newest video. Regardless, thank you all for watching. This has been another Sag review.